So, what happened in your life or in your professional life that drive you to work on social innovation?
When I was a teenager, I was a very angry political activist. And then later in life, I worked in government as a bureaucrat and an advisor. And then I realized that I was frustrated in my activism, that I was always asking someone else to do things, and maybe it was better to do things yourself and become part of social change and social innovation directly. And my experience in government made me skeptical that top-down solutions could ever be adequate. And that's led me to want to have ways of achieving social change which are practical, where you can see the results of what you do in your hands, but also to get a better link between the top-down power of government, which is great, but also the bottom-up creativity of people and communities.
Perfect. So the second would be like the link. Yeah. Would you talk us about the link between extreme poverty and social innovation?
For most of the last 50 years or more, most of the money the world spent on innovation has gone either through governments to the military, to drones and missiles and weapons, or through business to meeting the needs of the rich for ever faster cars or fancy apartments. And now I think we're seeing a move across the world to direct the same energy and money and time to meeting the needs of the poor, whether it's for clean water or energy or nutrition. And the crucial thing there is we can mobilize not only science and technology, but also the ingenuity of poor people themselves, who often have the best ideas, but in the past weren't given any opportunity to turn them into new products and services.
Okay, would you talk to us about experiences that you have known of public financing on social innovation?
Quite a few governments around the world are creating funds for social innovation, and new kinds of banks and investment forms. So in the UK, we now have a wholesale bank funded out of unclaimed bank accounts, about $1 billion to fund social enterprises and social projects. In countries like Australia or Hong Kong, there are new funds to help, again, people develop ideas into social ventures and enterprises. In Europe, there's a big new set of funds coming on stream. America's had a social innovation fund out of the White House. Everywhere, governments are realizing they need to use money not just to deliver services and do things for people, but also to reward the entrepreneurial spirit, which is generating new ideas to meet social impact. And my guess is that in 5 or 10 years' time, these will be part of the armory of any government wanting to achieve social impact.
I have one more.
Yep.
Yeah, like again, coming back to like networks and mobilization, what do you think is important for this?
We've been talking today about the fact that innovation is by its nature difficult, it's risky, you start off trying to do something, you don't know where it's going to end. So it's incredibly important that the people doing innovation, whether it's within big organizations like governments or businesses or outside in small communities, that they link together, they support each other, they help each other when things go wrong. SIX is trying to do that globally. Within countries, networks are forming of mutual support and peer learning. And none of this can happen without really a community of innovators willing to hold each other's hands, give each other heart and support through the difficult times. Because on the road to every success, there are many, many problems and failures.